everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm working on the video right now and I've decided to speed it up. I'm going to do some voiceover to explain the process. We're combining a few different media today, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get started. Okay, I am starting out with a pencil sketch of the subject matter, a little clementine sitting beside my desk. And I'm using a darker pencil. I've had a couple of issues when I do a sketch. I normally use an HB and I draw very lightly. But what's been happening is once YouTube compresses the video, those faint lines disappear. So I'm sorry about that in past videos. I'm actually drawing darker than I normally would for doing my initial layout, but I want you to actually be able to see what I'm doing. So I have just pulled apart a clementine and arranged it in an interesting fashion, and it's sitting in like half a paper towel. You know those paper towels that you can have the short ones, which I love, by the way. Anyway, now I have started adding transparent watercolor, and I'm starting, I started with the lightest first, but now I'm going into the very deep areas that kind of glow red when the light passes through it. I arranged the light to glow through the clementine. I think that's the prettiest way that you can see the transparency of, or the translucency of the citrus fruit. Now as I go through, this is wet on dry, so I can, have a hard edge that stops where I need it to. And I'm just basically laying in kind of the background color on everything, and then I'll continue to build the color, and with more opaque gouache later on, I'm going to come back and add some what do you call it, like the pith and things like that, and some highlights and stuff. As I start to lay in the shadows, these are going to be pretty warm shadows with reflected light in them, meaning that, yes, while I'm going to be using blues and purples in the shadows, that very bright clementine is going to reflect down into the shadow. It's on a white surface, so some of that red and orange and yellow is going to go down into the shadow. if I was just to do a cool color under there, it wouldn't look right. Even up in the paper towel, as it curls across the edge, even that paper towel will reflect some of the color of the subject matter. So even in those shadows, you're going to have some warm values. With the transparent watercolor, you often build up several layers on top of each other to get that depth of color. And you could create volume. Now, I'm going to actually use some gouache, which means I'm going to mix a white in with less transparent, I wouldn't call them totally opaque, but less transparent color to do some of the pithy areas and the highlights. If I were just doing watercolor, you would have to leave all of those areas. So I would have had to have been a lot more careful about masking or highlighting, like you can see me do in some of my other videos. But in this one, I thought, I just wanted to try combining the methods to see what it was like. Here I'm adding a little bit of the roughness of the paper towel that it's sitting on. I'm going over some of the edges of the shadow to add in some of that rough texture of the paper towel. Okay, here I'm adding some of the little dimples in the peeling of the clementine. And other little highlights. It is absolutely free for you to subscribe, so help out not only me, but all your favorite YouTube channels. Thank you.